where you are at in the world, and welcome to this channel, Freya's Throne. My name is Melody. For those of you who are new to this channel, welcome. And welcome back to my returning subscriber, my other channel. I am very grateful for each and every one of you guys and all the love and support that you've been giving me on this YouTube journey. All right. So when you come into this live stream, give me a Fonzie. Either by double tapping the screen or just simply hitting that thumbs up. Leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know how this general reading resonates with you. This is a general. It is not a personal. So only pick up and carry with you what feels right to your soul. And if you are not yet to this channel, please hit that subscribe button and little notification bell so that you don't miss when I go live and when I post videos. All of that helps out this channel, and I am very, very grateful for all of your love and support. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is just an overall general midweek energy check-in. I'm not assigning it to any particular element or any particular star sign. All right. So you're going to resonate or you're not. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to pull, this is a Angels and Ancestor deck from this deck here. An overall message to start off. What would you like to address with the collective, please, and thank you? Would you like to address with the collective, please, and thank you? Okay, well, apparently it's a lot because look at all these cards. All right, so let's take this first chunk right here. We have a white witch, be of the light. So you could have, you could be doing something on as far as a light worker or doing some sort of white magic to protect yourself here. See how he's in hermit mode. You could be doing some sort of white magic to protect yourself while you go into a trance so that you could get some sort of a download. Yeah, you're definitely holding the space. I feel like that's one message. You're definitely holding your space here. You are in this energy of waiting for your next step. You could have did some sort of white magic, like cleansing, clearing, grounding energy. You're definitely going within. You're listening to your higher self. You're connecting to higher messages here. You have an ancestor that maybe they are holding a specific space for you. This definitely reminds me of the Hermit card. But the Druid magic is somebody who connects with nature. So connecting with nature is very important for the collective today. All right, so let's see what this batch is popping out here. So we have Magic Guardian, unlocking magic within. So you're definitely doing some sort of white magic here, which is like being in manifestation mode, clearing, cleansing, healing, you know, like I said, guarding yourself, putting a sacred space around you. Look, somebody who's definitely connected to the earth with the Hermit card. So, you know, to me, the Hermit and the Earth Guardian represents a Virgo energy. So somebody could have Virgo heavy in their chart. Shield Maiden. Make plans and focus. Yes, so somebody's definitely doing some focusing here. You have your animals who are protecting you. Somebody could be of a water element, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. So you could be using water, distilled water, or water in general with some sort of an herb from the earth, like salt or oh my goodness, bay leaves, something along that, to help recharge your space, to help clear out any negative energy, to put up a shield of protection around you. This could be something that you comes down through your lineage. Maybe you know how to do this. Maybe this is just an automatic thing. Somebody is definitely an oracle, so they have the power to go within and receive divine messages. Somebody could also be protecting their head. Somebody already knows who they are. They're feeling secure with who they are while they go in to thyself, being in that hermit mode meditation. So he has got that red streak over his third eye. definitely protecting himself, getting down to the bare bones, being vulnerable. So I do see with the white magic or the white witch and the magic guardian, you're definitely putting a boundary around yourself of protection, which is very much needed. You also have a specific animal that is around you. You can see this white witch has an owl, and look at the top of her head, an owl. So you could be connecting with owls. You have medicine guardian, open up the healing information. Yeah, I feel like you are here to heal Mother Earth. You are here. For some of you, you are standing in your feminine energy. The sun in maybe Virgo is coming. The sun is moving into Virgo if it isn't already there. So you're learning how to use the medicines of earth. And you are doing a lot of healing. You are here to heal Mother Earth. So the sun in Virgo is very, very significant here for somebody. All right, because we do have the hermit there. The hermit represents for in tarot cards. Putting up a shield of protection, like I said, using herbs from the earth. This is something that's been handed down from your lineage as a druid. The druids are nature witches. So you could be using herbs from nature for white magic. You could be getting a download for some of you. Maybe you're unlocking something within thyself as well. Maybe you're waiting for that next step here, waiting to get your envelope so you know what your next step is on your destiny. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and put these here. All right. So what is hidden? What is hidden? What's being hidden from you? What is being hidden from the general collective? The High Lady of Love and Compassion, Reverence, Kindness, and Consideration. We have a number 1 there. So what is hidden is that you definitely have a divine feminine who is a white witch, who is very compassionate, very enduring, very loved, very kind, very considerate to nature. You can see she is kind of sitting out in nature, right? She has a bird that she's talking to, and over here looks like a fairy. Yeah, so you're being asked to pay attention to the dragon that you're feeding. Because you could be in this energy of confliction, maybe conflicted, inner conflicted, what is right, what is wrong. Somebody needs to make a choice here. Look, sacred union. Somebody is coming into divine union, whether it be with somebody else or within themselves, which is absolutely beautiful. So you could be partnering up with somebody who is a white witch, who is a druid. You could also be, like I said, coming into sacred union within yourself, feeding the right dragon of morality. 222 could be significant. 1222 could be significant. So it's like you're letting go of control. Somebody could be getting humbled here. A couple could be getting humbled. All right, so let's go ahead and read the High Lady of Compassion here for what is hidden. If I hit the right book, that would be nice. Alrighty. Come on. All right, so she's coming in as an ally. When the High Lady of Love and Compassion chooses to be your ally, she brings you a deep and meaningful message. She reminds you that only love is real. It is the sole, unconditional, and true power behind all means of manifesting out of the unseen into the material world. So somebody could be learning that, using some sort of white magic to manifest something out of love and the power of love, which would be, right, the morality of being in a partnership with somebody and in their integrity. Love's greatest creative power is ignited by the conscious action of compassion, generosity of the heart, reverence, respect, empathy for all living things, bring you to profound power to live a life of happiness and contentment. Loving compassion and kindness to all must be the impulse behind your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions when your intentions is to create a prosperous and abundant life. So somebody is manifesting something. Somebody is manifesting something positive, something of a high vibration with the magician and the white witch. Somebody is in manifestation mode. So you really need to trust your intuition. Your intuition is very important at this moment, which is, like I said, protecting yourself, listening for some sort of a message. So if this is literally about union with another person, you could be hearing something telepathically, maybe having some sort of a conversation, hearing some other person literally in your mind. That's telepathy. Okay. Love, compassion, and kindness to all things must be the pulse here. Unconditional love will be returned tenfold. Absolutely. Right? Unconditional love with a partnership. Somebody is making a conscious action. So what I feel here, collective, is right off the bat, I feel like when you learn to love and respect yourself, coming into that state of union within yourself, as within, so without. So when you learn the value of self, when you learn the value of self-worth, that brings you into a state of wholeness, into a sacred union within yourself, right? When you learn to love yourself, when you learn when you make this conscious choice to feed the dragon of love, not the dragon of hate, not the dragon of envy or wrath or jealousy, right? When you make that conscious action, that conscious choice to love from the heart space without any, like I said, envy, jealousy, wrath. Somebody here is definitely breaking a generational curse here with the druid. You're learning to protect yourself. You're learning to say no, right? Saying no is a complete sentence. Saying no to people who do not value you is a complete sentence. Saying no to people who do not know your self-worth is a complete sentence. And I feel like you're doing this. When the sun moves into Virgo, which will be over the next couple of days, I think tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, you're getting some sort of a message. Why? Because you are very intuitive, very psychic, you're an oracle. You receive downloads, you see things, you hear things. I'm talking to somebody who's extremely gifted. So when you come into that union within yourself and you step into your feminine energy of your intuition, you step into that masculine energy by releasing control and allowing that intuitive flow to come through you and to you. You mirror that out into the world. You make that conscious choice, that conscious action to feed the dragon of love, which brings you the one that you're meant to be with. That sacred union. Doesn't matter what sex it is. Doesn't matter. Okay? All right. So the High Lady also reminds you that when she chooses to be your ally, she brings you evidence that you're loved. Evidence here on earth that you are loved. You are worthy of love. You can say that I am worthy of love. I am lovable. I am love. I am truth. I am. That shifts your whole vibration. You got to say I am, not I know or I think. I am, because that tells your your vibration that you're already in that. That's how you attract. Look, I have an orb. Did you see it? All right. So, if your question refers to a relationship, you're required to think of the other person and inquire what is in his or her greatest good. What is in his or her highest good. Give selflessly without asking or expecting anything in return, and let go. What's yours will come to you. Kindness always returns somehow. You will surely receive that which you give in more ways than you can imagine. Exactly. So get an equal balance of giving and receiving. When you give yourself love, you open yourself up to receive love. When you give yourself kindness, you open yourself up to receive kindness. So it's all about you in your vibration today. All right. So what is hidden is what you don't realize is that for some of you who are not in a relationship, you got a special divine union coming. For those of you who are already in a relationship that are watching this channel, you may be having some sort of conflict with them, like having a morality check. Like, is this really what I want in life? Is it really the one I'm meant to be with? 1, 2, 3 is significant. 7 cards come out. So for those of you in a relationship, you're making a choice. You're making a choice and you are saying, okay, I love myself. If you're already in a relationship, you're asking, is this meant for me? For some of you, the answer is yes. If you're questioning it. My singles, you're manifesting your love. You're manifesting a divine union here. You two are both old souls. Very old souls. Okay. All right, let's move on. What is your instincts telling you? Yep, there's going to be a heart-to-heart conversation happening. And you're going to get instant feedback, and you got a choice to make. 9, 9, and then we got the 8, 8, 9, 9. But if you add the 1 to it, you get a 9. 9, 9, 9, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so you have a choice to make here. Which road do you want to go down? So if you ask the question, right? Ask the question of the universe. What's my choices? Which direction should I go in? You're getting that instant feedback. It's coming right back to you. You really need to trust your gut. So 999 talks about the completion of a cycle. 999 talks about you've learned your lessons. They were very hard lessons, but you learned them. What did I say? Learned them. You see the solution, right? You've been praying for this. You've been praying for. You're breaking the chains of the past. You're clearing something up. The angels are with you. Yeah, you put boundaries down. You claimed your boundaries. You broke the chains of the past. You've learned your lesson. You've made a conscious choice to learn your lesson. Instead of feeding the dragon of envy and jealousy and lust and wrath, and you've learned to trust your conscious, but you've also learned to emanate them from within. When you do kind things, you get kind back. When you give without expectation, you get things back. All right. So talk shop. So there is definitely a heart-to-heart conversation coming. You could literally, like I said, be hearing a conversation telepathically. 777 is significant. 11, 77, 88, 99. 1991 could be significant. 1992 could be significant. 2017 could be significant. So definitely, absolutely, there could be a telepathic conversation happening here for those of you who have that gift, all right? So what are the crows warning you about? Because before I started this video, the crows were outside screaming. So what are the crows warning the collective about today? Grief. Somebody's curious. Somebody could be coming to your door all curious. Yeah, they're just looking for information. They're scraping the bottom of the can here, scavenging for any little crumb of information that they could use against you. This is a couple. It's a couple. It's two people. All right, so grief. So it talks about grieving, right? Grieving what needs to end. Because grief talks about it would rule the death card. Death rules Scorpio. Endings, completions. What? Hard cycles. 999. Completion of very hard cycles. 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 crows on here. So you could be seeing 1111, 111, 999, 911, 123, 77, 1010. Somebody is very curious here. All right, let's see. So the crows are warning you about grief. For anyone who has seen or experienced a crow funeral, it's apparent that crows make time to grieve. It is essential to allow yourself to feel sadness for a loss, honor the memory, or express your emotions. Healing begins the moment you confront your source of pain. And I feel like that's what you did. You confronted your source of pain. And when you confronted it, right, had this heart-to-heart conversation and expressed yourself, but you expressed yourself out of love, compassion, instead of anger and wrath, right? You fed the positive dragon. Now you got somebody who's very curious. They're very curious. Somebody may want you to make some sort of snap decision. 911 is significant. Oh, I'm curious. What's so-and-so doing, right? An open door is an open invitation for this brave crow. What treasures you will find if you're brave enough to explore. Curiosity asks that you open doors, look inside, and analyze the situation. Right there. Open the door to the source of the pain and analyze it. It is time to dig in and do your research. But you have to be brave. That is what I see here. So you may have somebody coming to your door, but you got to beware. This person has a set of kahunas. They're looking for some little piece of information. Scavenging the bottom of that can. They opened up a can of worms. And now they're looking in the bottom of the can because they're like, wait a minute, there's no worms left in that can. So I'll just go over so-and-so's house and see what kind of information that I can learn from them. This is possibly somebody who maybe did some magic to try to humble you, and it's backfiring. This is somebody who could have been using, like spying on you, like scrying on you for some of you here. All right, so give me a little bit more about this white magic, white witch, magic guardian for the overall general collective. Yeah, look, the Empress. This is beautiful. This is the White Witch, the Empress, who did some magic, who did some positive magic, right? You did some positive magic. You asked Archangel Gabriel, right? The Oracle. Asked Archangel Gabriel, you know, what resources do I have to protect myself, to throw a boundary up, right? So the Empress is like something about Venus. I don't know where Venus is at, and I don't have my phone on me to check. You'll have to Google it and see where Venus is at. So Venus rules Taurus and Libra. Libra talks about our relationships. It rules the 7th house of our relationships. And it also rules, Libra rules contracts. So some sort of a soul contract here could be about to manifest, something that is destined. It talks about the somebody who's very attractive, somebody who is very empathetic, somebody who's very compassionate, somebody who is unbiased, somebody who's able to see both sides of a situation here, somebody who's very gifted, somebody who has the power of the oracle, somebody who is very much in their feminine energy of, you know, compassion. Somebody also could be of a high spiritual status here. Archangel Gabriel is the divine messenger. He's the one who delivers messages to the collective, right? He's the one who delivers the messages. So today is the 19th, so maybe Monday something could have happened. You could have got some sort of a message, or a message come through the collective. All right. So Earth Guardian and the Hermit, stay rooted and grounded. Yeah, look, the Star card. So there's definitely a healing taking place here. We have 1717. So 888 is significant. So the Star card talks about you are here. You are a star seed. You are here on Earth to heal Mother Earth. You are an Earth Guardian. You are heavily protected here. So you really need to trust your intuition. Somebody has learned a lot of hard lessons here. You really need to trust your intuition. It is so important. Trust the signs and synchronicities that you're seeing. Be open to some sort of healing information. You have Archangel Raphael coming through here. See, he's telling you, be gentle with yourself, right? Be gentle with yourself. Pay attention to the signs and synchronicities. See the crow and the raven, right? Because you got somebody who wants to come to your door, right? But they're only coming to your door. They may act like they want to have a positive conversation with you. They may act like, you know, oh, I just, you know, da 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 da. I just want to have a conversation. I want to check and see how you're doing. They may act as if they're all kind, but in all actuality, they're just scavenging for information. That's all they want. That message come through 2 of the readings last week about a female who, their words, right? You need to listen to their body language, because their words and their body language are not matching up. So I think one of them was air, the other one may have been earth, but I'm not sure. So you'll have to go back and check and see what 2 signs that is. Look, the high lady. So there's definitely a female. But what she is not understanding is that you, collective, who is resonate with this, is of a high status. You are not only connected to Archangel Gabriel, you have clairvoyant, clairaudient, claircognizance, but you're also a star seed. You are not of earth, and you come down to earth, right? You come down to earth, to heal the collective, to guide the collective through their wounds, through the things that they've experienced in life, through your testimony. That's what you need to understand. Things didn't happen to you, they happened for you. You go through all this so that you can understand how to guide other people. So you are here to clear Mother Earth. You got somebody who is, very curious about how you learned your lessons, how maybe you evaded some of their magic. That's because you're a star seed. You're a divine feminine. So there is definitely a major, major healing coming through here. The end of the difficult situation, the end of the hard lessons here. The end of it. Aquarius. This is Aquarius card. Where you are starting to believe in yourself. You're not in this conflicted energy anymore. You're very aware of your consciousness. You're very aware of your higher self. You're also very aware that you've been here on earth many times. You're very aware of how to protect yourself. You've made some sort of a decision here, a choice. You chose that to go down the road less traveled because you already know the road that your ancestors went down and the decisions that they've made that has brought you to this place today. You don't want to do the same things that your ancestors did. That's the truth. You don't want to do that. You want to hold this space and say, okay, I understand that you already traveled this path and you've already did what you did. So now I'm here on earth to walk a different path to help clear that out. Somebody has a connection with their higher self, their spirit team, their angels. This is a big deal. Look, 317. That is an 11. 11, 11, 111, 17, 17. The 17th could have been significant. All right, so the fact that the Hermit card comes out, it talks about, the Hermit represents Virgo. This talks about overanalyzing. You've made the choice not to overanalyze something. Stop second guessing. Stop overanalyzing. Stop repeating the same patterns that your ancestors went through. 333, 4 3, 33333. You took into consideration every lesson that you've learned. You took into consideration of the path that your ancestors walked down, and you're like, that didn't get them nowhere. So you made a different plan. And you said, well, I'm going to focus on trusting my instincts. I'm going to focus on the path that I'm on. Somebody definitely got an instant answer. Like they asked a question of the universe and boom, they got an instant answer. Instant feedback. Somebody's an oracle of the Delphi. Directly from the stars. Healing. Wish granted. Somebody got a wish granted here. And you're getting rewarded. You did something. You did the work and now you're getting rewarded with some sort of a wish granted. With some sort of a plan. Something maybe destined or planned. Shield Maiden and Oracle. Yep, Knight of Michael. Something's coming quick. Something is moving very quickly here. Because somebody was committed to staying strong in their situation. Somebody was committed to protecting themselves, standing in their power. You acted on something that was a positive, it sent a positive vibration out into the world. See how she's got her shield up? By protecting yourself. and focused. Now there's a sudden change. Like I said, an instant feedback coming. As you stood in your power. You trusted Archangel Michael. Something's moving very quickly. This instant feedback, it's like waiting, right? You may be waiting for your envelope for some of you. Coming down from the divine. Why? Because you chose to stay logical, not emotional. It's like you stood in your power of strength. You were very logical. You're not, it's not that you wasn't in your emotions, because the Empress is very emotional, but in a positive way, but in a kind way, in a compassionate way. You're empathic. But you didn't allow whatever the situation is to push you over the edge. Now something is going to move very quickly here, because Archangel Michael done stepped up in the house. Give me one for the Druid. Hold the space. Yep. So I feel like the 10 of Michael talks about in the space of pain, suffering, backstab, betrayal. Somebody done hit rock bottom here. Somebody had to hit rock bottom to learn a powerful lesson. So the ancestor, the Druid, was holding the space. So let's read the Druid card. Let's see what kind of space he's holding here for the 10 of Michael. You have been through it all. You've been through the mill. You've been backstabbed. You've been betrayed. You've went through a lot of pain. You went through a lot of mental suffering. You went through a lot of physical suffering, right? So you got, the ancestors are healing you, right? They're healing you. Number 30. Threes are significant. Threes are significant. I just seen them threes, and now this is number 30. Hold things together. Don't make any sudden moves or changes. Stand strong, knowing you are where you are supposed to be. So this is why you held things together. You stood in your power of strength. You understood, okay, well, this must be where I'm supposed to be at, right? This must be exactly where I'm meant to be. This must be why I had to go through everything that I've been through and experienced, right? It's like it didn't happen to me, it happened for me. The Druids were the ancient wise ones of British Isles. They had a deep connection with the earth, the sun, and the moon. Look, earth. They were the scholars who created the Ogham tree language, and they were known for their creative skills of storytelling, poetry, and craftsmanship. Poetry, magic. When the Druid card appears in a reading, you're being guided to dig deep within and hold your station, right? The funeral. Dig deep within. Understand all the pain, the suffering, and the grief that you've experienced. Hold the space for it. If you're wondering what to do next or have a sense of anxiety about what is unfolding in your life, it is time to shift your perception. Exactly. Shift your perception and move back to a state of trust. Trust your instincts and be open to whatever information is coming through, because you're getting the instant feedback. Somebody's blocked here. Somebody could be blocked. Maybe somebody's magic is blocked, or something is blocked and protected. Oh, wrong card. Don't change your plans. Then act on them. Act on your plans. Don't change them. Somebody wanted you to change your plans or do anything drastic. Just trust the process and let things happen as it needs to before taking any more steps. Think of a tree. It has strong roots, yet it continues to grow and bear fruit. Your life will be a reflection of this. So that's why that you have been through everything that you have been through. So you're being asked to hold this space and trust the process. Stay grounded is very important, because all the pain and suffering, all the 999s, the hard lessons are coming to an end. Yes, the end of a difficult situation is happening, and you're going to be, some sort of a plan is unfolding. It's a divine plan. It's a divine plan. You've already hit rock bottom. You've already hit it. So think more logically and less emotional. Don't think about the emotions of the betrayal, the pain and suffering. Make the conscious choice to feed the pain and suffering with love, kindness, compassion. Yeah, definitely just be aware of people around you, because I feel for some of you, you may have somebody who's coming in acting like they're compassionate, but they're not. For others of you, you very well may have somebody who is compassionate. Remember, this is about the British Isles. Somebody who has a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge. Give me a card on what is hiding. The Lady of Love and Compassion. The High Lady of Love and Compassion. Yep, Five of Gabrielle. That is good, because the Five of Gabrielle in reverse talks about this is somebody who's not going to hurt you. This is somebody who's going to hold the space for you. This is somebody who doesn't want to fight. They don't want to argue. So 15 could be significant. The 15th, which would have been 4 days ago, so we're Wednesday, Sunday could have been significant. So the Five of Gabrielle in reverse is perfect. So, right. Have patience. Be patient. Don't involve yourself in somebody's drama. Don't get involved in the drama. You've already learned the lesson. Don't get involved in it, because you've already learned that lesson. You've already hit rock bottom, the pain and suffering. You definitely have somebody that coming to your door. They're curious. The crow's heading right towards the roots, right? So, let's see, today's the 19th. So Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Sunday, 19, 18, 17, 16, Saturday, the 14th. Oh no, 15th. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Sunday, Saturday. Something about Saturday. Something about Saturday is very significant. Mm-hmm. Alrighty. So give me a card on the grief. What's this grief about? Seven of Ariel. So keep your focus on it says review your progress and make plans for your next step. So keep your focus on what your next step could be. Be patient. Focus on going within yourself. Focus on healing that pain. Focus on why you've went through everything that you've went through, because this talks about going within and seeing the root of this pain. So that you can review it, address it, and let it go. Look, 17 again. 17 is very significant. March 17th could be significant. So don't get involved in this person's drama, because I feel like they're making some sort of a plan here. This is somebody who's making some sort of plan to want to come to your door, because I feel like they can't figure something out here. They figure out how, like, they can't get past your boundary. Could be energetic boundary. They could be trying to check in on you. Remember, we got the Oracle. This is somebody who reads tarot cards, somebody who's psychic, somebody who, yeah. And they may not be able to get through your boundary to check in on you, to see what your next step is, to see what your plans are. And it could be wanting to cause drama. All right, so give me the 7 of Ariel and the grief card. Yep, look, Page of Ariel and the Knight of Ariel. So somebody did something on a repeatedly. Somebody did something repeatedly. They were studying you. They were studying you repeatedly. This is somebody, they maybe the root of an issue is you don't trust people anymore. This person thought they were clever. They thought they had the perfect plan. This could be about your work, what you do for work. Yeah, they thought they were clever. They thought it was funny. Cause you this mental pain and suffering. So what I see here is somebody did something on a repetitive basis, and what they did was they caused you a lot of grief, they caused you a lot of pain, they caused you a lot of suffering. They wanted you in this drama. They wanted you in this they wanted you to challenge your intuition. They wanted you to make a wrong choice when it comes to something that you had planned here. They literally laughed at your pain. They laughed at your pain and suffering. They possibly could have violated a boundary into your space, a boundary that you put up around you and said, I don't want no negative energy here. And they didn't care. They did it on a repetitive basis. They wanted you in this energy of over analyzing everything. They thought they were slick. They thought they were clever. All right. Curiosity. Give me something on this curiosity. Yep, 7 Raphael. They could have even come into your dreams. So I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you detox something. You did. What you did is you detoxed this overanalyzation. You detox some sort of an emotion that has caused you a lot of grief. You detox. I mean, it's like you took that cup of poison and you dumped it out and said, I don't want this drama. I'm not even going to participate in this drama. I'm going to make the conscious choice to do the inner work. I'm going to make the conscious choice to believe in myself. Somebody literally came into your dreams. Somebody come into your dreams. So, and now that it's like they come into your dreams and are like, well, I'm curious what you're doing. This is somebody you trusted your intuition and you're like, there's something about this I don't trust. There's a reason why I don't trust you. Another 7. 777 is significant. There's a reason why I don't trust you. Because this person masked themselves. They wore some sort of a mask because they didn't want you to see the truth of why they are in your life, or why they were, in all actuality, they were studying you, but they didn't acting like they that they were compassionate about you. Remember, this is what's hidden. I care about you. I love you. You're my best friend, right? Acting all kind. The whole time, they thought they were clever. They thought that this plan would work out in their favor. The whole time they were studying you. They were studying you to see what your weaknesses were, so that they could turn around and use them against you and you, backstab you, cause you a lot of mental pain and suffering, right? And they were committed to do this. And now they want to come in really quickly because they're curious to see whose boots is under your bed, is what I'm getting here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Something about 14. This past week is very significant. So I feel like somebody detoxed this overanalyzation. They trusted that they were definitely being watched over. They trusted their instincts. They made some sort of a choice to learn some sort of a lesson. And it's you got somebody who is just like, they're just scraping the bottom of the barrel. There is no worms left in that barrel. There is nothing left in the bottom of that can that they can use against you. One little nugget of piece of information. Why? Because you dug deep and you healed those wounds. They were causing you all of this, and the whole time behind the scenes, they were laughing at your pain. Look at all the chakra colors. Root. See those sacral and the solar plexus together? You come into that sacred union. Now you feel secure about yourself, right? You healed something. You got into that heart chakra and said, okay, what am I holding on to that I need to let go of, right? You trusted your intuition. You knew it's like you knew something. You knew something. This person could have been sending you intrusive thoughts, trying to get you to self-sacrifice. There was a plan all along. You knew it. You knew what they were up to. You figured it out. Give me the 7 of Cups and curiosity. This person could be a drinker of some sort. Look, I'm telling you, the Queen of I'm telling you, she's like, well, I know what to do. This is that high lady love and compassion that is hiding something. They had something up their sleeve for their own self-interest, and the whole time they're laughing at you. This is a spiritual narcissist. This is a narcissist who is very verbally abusive. This is somebody who was masking something. They masked themselves and put them, like, they did not want you to see something clearly. And they did something because they're like, oh, well, we'll benefit from this. We'll be able to reap the harvest of this. This is what we need to do. Pay attention to the details, right? Violating somebody's boundary and paid attention to some sort of a detail. I know exactly what to do. We'll wait to this particular time, right? So and so's focused on, focused on something else. Crows are outside screaming. Look, somebody like it's a heartache, despair, a tower moment. Look, justice. Justice is about to be served because somebody's magic backfired. Somebody's magic backfired. Something didn't go as planned here. Somebody does not want to let go of something. Somebody doesn't realize, right, that somebody is of high stature. And somebody is free. Somebody's free from this shit. Heartache, despair. Somebody who refuses to change. Somebody was left to clean up their own mess, right? This is, they wanted to fight. They wanted to, this is somebody who was looking for a fight. They wanted you to give up on something. Somebody who refused to change. Somebody who likes to live in their wounds. Like I said, their wounds. And yeah, well, listen, there's a revelation coming. There's something coming in very suddenly here. Yeah, you have Archangel Raguel who's ruling in your favor. Justice is about to be served for these people. Justice is about to be served. Because, again, somebody's magic backfired. And they did not want to let go of the past. This person could have been in a coven. Or this person could be religious. This person definitely has a God complex. And they could be going through this pain and suffering. Show me which dragon they fed. Somebody could have did a humility spell. Yeah. Look, somebody's free from the demon. Somebody is free from this demon. They are free. They detoxed it. And they are no longer being held back from any darkness. They broke the chains. Didn't I say that they broke the chains? Because they learned a hard lesson. They made a decision and a conscious choice not to sit in this period of darkness. They made a decision for themselves from some sort of a mental cage or bonding that this person who come in acting like they were loving, compassionate, was very verbally manipulative, used reverse psychology, lied through their freaking teeth. Right? Lied through their teeth. Yep, this is a clown. Somebody, this is a clown. The Queen of Raphael. Somebody who's heartless. somebody who, you know, could have been watching from a distance, like I said, watching, meditating, watching from a distance, going into somebody's sacred space, spying to see when the perfect time was to, you know, do something. Somebody's telling you somebody's magic backfired. Somebody's magic backfired. Yep. 5 of Ariel. Now they want to come back in and lie to you. They're going to come back in and act like that they love you and they're kind, but it's a lie. This is somebody, I'm telling you, that wants to come back around. They want to come back. They're curious. Why didn't my magic work on them? Right? Why didn't it work? I cast a spell to try to humble them. They needed a morality check. They needed knocked off their pedestal because they're confident. They're not who they say they are. They're not an empress. They're not a star seed. They're not who they say they are. They're not here to heal Mother Earth. Those are all lies. Now they want to come back around and lie to you. That is why you're being warned. That's their hidden agenda. Their agenda is to come in and act like they love and they're kind and they're curious. You know, I'm sorry for the grief that I caused you, but they're not. They're going to use reverse psychology. They're coming in under the illusion that they actually care about you, but they don't. This is a lesson you've already learned. This is like a divine test here for somebody. Yeah, I'm telling you. They wanted to win at all costs. They wanted the opportunity that was just for you. They were mad because you walked away. And you stayed loyal to your journey. You have a specific calling here on earth. This group of people, this collective of people that they gathered up to come up against you because they wanted to win at all costs is now under karma. They may want to ask for your forgiveness. Please forgive me. This person took advantage of an opportunity with you. And they celebrated way too soon. Yes, they did. All right, anything else? Any final messages before we end this reading? 3 of Gabrielle. Yeah, final messages is to do what you love, right? Consider going down your path. Don't collaborate with this person. Don't sit in procrastination energy. It is time to act on your plans, because this is the end of the situation. You're definitely being divinely guided here with the Star card. You're definitely being divinely guided here to make some sort of a choice. And I feel like the choice you need to make is to not work with this person. And I feel like you did. And now you're free from this toxic cycle. The chains are broken. They could have tried to bind you, a demon for some of you. Look, Archangel Jophiel coming through twice. He showed you something. He showed you that you have everything you need already within you. The Empress energy. You have all the magic that you need already within you, because you're a wise old soul. And somebody said, okay, I gotcha. I got everything I need within me. Yeah, they're spy, lying, gossiping. Somebody could have tried to make you sick. Yeah, they earned your trust just to backstab, betray you, to emotionally manipulate you out of your destiny. But Spirit stepped in. Now we need to take you in a different direction. Spirit stepped in and said, you're going in a different direction. Trust where you're being guided to. It's over. It's over. You don't have nothing to prove to them. You have nothing to prove to anybody. So just keep your mouth shut. And stay committed to moving forward. I'm telling you, because the cycle is over. It is over. Archangel Michael done stepped up in the house here for you, baby. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I am grateful for each and every one of you guys. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I'll talk to you soon.